So Keyshawn Davis versus Dos Santos is going to be happening Saturday. Today they had the weigh-in. Keyshawn Davis misses weight by 4 pounds. 4 pounds. And you know, what that tells me is that he knew since his last fight that he wasn't going to be able to make 135 anymore. Everybody knows he's a huge 135 pounder. And, you know, everybody knows that he's moving up very, very soon anyway. But he wanted this Edwin Dos Santos fight. And I think he knew this was a way for him to have, you know, an advantage over him by coming in overweight, not having to drain himself down to get to the weight. And, you know, he's going to be a much bigger guy than him on fight night. I mean, when you see him face off, you can tell that Keyshawn Davis is way bigger than Edwin Dos Santos. But at the end of the day, Edwin Dos Santos, he hits like a middleweight. From what a lot of other fighters have said, they've all said this dude can crack. A lot of them have said this is the hardest puncher I've ever been in the ring with. You know, I know Richardson Hitchens said that. Somebody else said that. I can't remember, but they all said, man, this dude can crack. And he's really fast, too, with it. You know, he's not slow, and he's a southpaw. So this could be very challenging for Keyshawn Davis, you know. But, you know, the whole press conference has been talking about how small he is, how small he is. I hope he ain't underestimating that small shit, because that small shit packed some dynamite in those gloves. So he's going to have to be on point. He's going to have to be ready. He's going to have to be alert. He's going to have to be on his A game to be able to beat Edwin Dos Santos. Now, Edwin Dos Santos may be a little rusty. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He could be. He could be. You know what I'm saying? But if he's, you know, if his timing is pretty good, he's going to be a difficult out. And, you know, Keyshawn Davis, he's not Shakur Stevenson. You know, he's not going to be running around. You know, he likes to sit in that pocket and bang with you a little bit, fight you on the inside, you know, mid-range, the inside. And, you know, he's really good on the inside also. You know, I don't think Edwin Dos Santos has a really good inside game, but he throws short punches on the inside. And if he beats you to the punch, hey, it could be trouble. So he's going to have to be really good with his defense and make sure that, you know, he doesn't estimate this dude's power just because he's a smaller guy. You know, but also him coming in overweight now lets me know, right, that he had really no intentions on fighting Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason's at 135. I don't see Abdullah Mason moving up anytime soon right now. Maybe in another year or so, maybe 2 years. Maybe they'll fight down the line, but not next. Abdullah Mason's not finna move. He just got up to the number 2 at the WBO. You think he's finna... No, he's not finna do that. He's finna stay here and at least try to win a world title just like you did, right? And I can see that, you know, he's growing out the weight class too. I was looking at him and he looked a little drained. So, you know, hopefully he can perform to his highest capacity, and hopefully the weight cut wasn't too bad for him. But I don't see them fight next, like he was talking about. So all that shit he was talking, man, you know, at the end of the day, he was blowing smoke off all our asses, really. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of great fights for him at 140, so I'm looking forward to seeing the fight at 140 for sure. There's a whole bunch. I mean, him versus Gary Antoine Russell, would love to see that. Woo-wee, Gary Antoine Russell versus Keyshawn Davis. Man, that would be great. You know, of course, Teofimo Lopez, we'd love to see that. So he has a lot of, you know, Richardson Hitchens is right there. So, yeah, we have a lot of great fights for him at 140 also. So, you know, he had some at 135. Unfortunately, grew out the weight class. He's not going to be able to fight a lot of those guys. But 140, hey, man, he has some of the very similar, you know, challenges he's going to have at 140 that he would at 135. So, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to this fight. Everybody, I'm sure, is. Abdullah Mason's on the undercard. Man, come on now. You already know he's pure entertainment. You know, he got his brothers on the card. This is going to be a great night boxing, I believe. And, man, I'm really looking forward to it.